Hi, I'm Ken Coleman and welcome to Excuse Me While I Gush about X-23. This is a particularly special X-Men character for me. Ever since her debut, exactly 15 years ago, happy anniversary X-23. 15 years ago when she first appeared on X-Men Evolution Season 3 episode X-23. She is a tragic character, crooked little flower. She was cloned, created, and trained solely to become an assassin, which didn't leave much room for many of the childhood enjoyments that most of us take for granted. She blames Wolverine for that, justly, and that was her driving force when entering into the TV series and in the comics. About 6 months after her debut on television, she would join the Marvel Comics in the 616 universe in NYX3. And in this comic canon, she first, as soon as she escaped being an assassin, she became a prostitute. And with the help of some runaways, not the runaways, with some other mutant kids, she was eventually able to get away from her pimp. Her next stop was with the Uncanny Team, written by Claremont and illustrated by Alan Davis. That was her introduction to the X-Teams, and she had this cool orange and brown costume, an ode to Wolverine's 80s look, and also a little bit of the Savage Land because it had the bones and claws adorning her gloves and long hair collar. Afterwards, she went on to the next new X-Men book, not the Morrison one, but the next one, after the House of M Fallout. And that was written by her co-creators Craig Kyle and Christopher Yost, the people who had created her for the X-Men Evolution. That, I consider them the greatest writers to ever write for the character. It was getting deep into her psyche about how socially underdeveloped she was. She was so skilled in some ways, but had no idea how to relate as a team. And we got to see her go through heartbreaking relationships, the joys of relationships, and how those would end. And some of her great friendships were forged at that time. Kyle and Yost would follow up with 2 solo series, one that showed her origin and one that showed her taking shelter with her late mother's sister and cousin. The creative team would go on to include her as part of the roster for X-Force, which at the time were Wolverine's hit team, hit book. And they were a team of assassins who would take out any of their given targets. Later, Wolverine would feel remorseful about taking advantage of this experience when part of Laura's escaping from her previous career was so that she could have more of a normal life and get out of the killing. Took an emotional toll on her. That's okay. And so after X-Force, she went out to be sort of the Wolverine to the time displaced younger X-Men. She spent a stint as a second Wolverine, as a Wolverine. If you've seen the marketing information on a female Wolverine, I felt that Tom Taylor wasn't entirely getting into writing the character, the emotional side. But the latest series, the latest X-23 run, it's getting much more to what I enjoy about the character. And it is cerebral, the broody character. She is getting some time to get the internal monologue. And she has this sidekick named Gabby, one of the clones of X-23 from her stint as Wolverine. I was apprehensive at the time that X-23 was being portrayed as someone older and more physically developed. But just as Jubilee eventually grows up and becomes the mother of an adopted baby, I guess that X-23 must also grow and change. It's been 15 years. So now she's become a older role model to little Gabby, while still retaining some of the personality traits that we cherish in the character. So happy anniversary, X-23. Happy 15th, and I look forward to what the 20th anniversary brings. Oh, and by the way, I just wanted to include a little bit about the Logan movie, where the very talented Daphne Keane, in all her bilingual and great acting prowess, captured the X-23 character at maybe the youngest age that I've seen her since X-Men Evolution, about 11 or 12 years old. Daphne Keane had given such a great performance that it left Sir Patrick Stewart astounded. And I really hope that Disney will sign her to continue playing X-23 in the MCU movies. Alright, so that is my episode for Excuse Me While I Gush About X-23. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up down below. There's also an option to subscribe to my channel, and that will bring up any of my new videos up in your subscription queue. One last option is the notification bell, which will send you a new email whenever any of the new videos in my channel are uploaded to YouTube. So thank you for watching, and happy anniversary, X-23. Bye.